Hello and welcome to my channel. This is part 2 of a two video series that I'm doing to show this particular layout and how to generate two different versions of the same card. One has a more masculine look, and this is the other version, which I will link to this video down below, which is a more feminine version. But as you can see, the layout is identical. The beauty of the card design is in the designer paper in the background, which is very shimmery and sparkly, but it doesn't really show up on camera very well. So let me move this out of the way and show you the materials for making, let me move this first, the materials for making this card. I made this card in 2 different colors, and it's this color I'm going to demonstrate for you now. The inks I'm using today is going to be Distress ink, Frayed Burlap, Versafine Onyx Black, Memento inks. I'm going to be using Gray Flannel, Teal Zeal, Dandelion, and Bamboo Leaves. I'm going to be doing some distress on the edge, so I'm going to use a blender tool. And the stamps and dies I'm going to be using today is, Itty Bitty Banners by Stampin Up and the matching die cuts, Bitty Banners. The High Tide 2-step stamp set from Stampin Up. And I'm also going to be using the Spellbinders, Nestabilities, ovals, and Lacy ovals. I'm using this stamp set by Inkadinkado, Inkadinkado called Coastal. I'll also need some bows and some rhinestones. Let me move these things out of the way and get right into how to create the card. The first step, I'm bringing in my Misty tool, and I have put all the stamps that I'm going to be using already on here to hold them. And I'm taking the smaller of the 2 papers, and I already have the lighthouse in place where I want it to be. I'll double check that. And I'm going to do 2 color stamping on this, which is why I'm using the Misty tool. I want the lighthouse to be teal, and the grass below it will be green. So it's a very simple process. You just take and go all over with the teal, and then pull in your cloth and wipe away from all of the tree areas. Wipe away all that teal, except not too much like I just did. So let's put that back on there and do that again. Follow it up with a dry rag to make sure that I didn't accidentally put any extra moisture there. Okay, that looks good. Okay, now that's set. Now clean this stamp off. And do the same thing with the bamboo leaves, but this time stamping on to the grass. And then wiping away on the lighthouse. It's very quick and very easy to do this. There we go, 2-step, 2-color. Clean this off. All right, moving right along. I'm also going to stamp the happy birthday sentiment in, what is it, the Versafine. Okay. I'll set this aside and move on to the larger white panel. And this lighthouse is 2 steps. So first I want to do the, make sure I have the right one. Oh, now I remembered, I can remake the same mistake again. I need to do the sand first for this one, because the sand stamp has a little cutaway for where the lighthouse needs to go. So stamp that first. Okay, move the lighthouse back out the way. And this is going to be with the frayed burlap. Okay. Trying to move this through this fast. Now I'm bringing in the solid of the lighthouse, which will be the blue part, and just put it right in where that hole is. This is getting in the way, let me move it. These photopolymer stamps are kind of gushy, so they stick to the paper sometimes. Okay, good. This is a brand new pad for me, so it's really juicy. So I'm trying to make sure I don't get too many bubbles of ink on it. Okay, that's that. And now just lay the outline area stamp right over that. You can just look right through it and see where it goes. This is really easy to line up stamp. Transfer it to the door, make sure that didn't move. And with the gray flannel, stamp that. I of course could have done it with another shade of blue, but I kind of liked the shadow effect that the gray gave. And there we go, lighthouse. Now I'm going to stamp the sentiment right about here. In the Versafine. And in case I don't get a good impression, I'm going to do that 2 times, because I want it to be really dark. Now I'm going to move this over some and bring in a piece of scrap paper and stamp the light beam. And that should go about here. It's moving. Check that. Yep. And this will be the dandelion. Okay. Now move this away and go to the next step. Now I have the grass stamp on a block, and I'm just going to go over it and just randomly put some grass here and there. Now I'm bring back in the frayed burlap, and I'm going to distress along the bottom to blend in that sand area. Oops, I touched it with that, but it's all right. That's done. Now the next step. For the die cutting, I'm going to show how to save a little bit of paper. I'm taking the black mat for the outside of the card, and I'm going to cut this shape out of it. That way I don't have to get another piece of black paper. So as long as you make sure that your die cut stays within where the outer panel is going to cover it, you can do this for any mat. So I'm just going to run right through this. And now I'm going to take the oval and cut out the lighthouse. And this, I'm going to cut out the banner. And because this is a very fancy paper, I'm going to also use the oval, and I'm going to cut out the center of this paper because this will also be covered by this panel and you won't see it. And this allows me to use this inside panel for something else. Okay, now to show you what I mean, this is the panel covering that mat, and this is this covering that hole, so you don't see it at all. Okay, I'm going to put the rest of the card together and let the music run. Okay, that's the finished card in 2 different colors. Leave me a comment down below and let me know which one you think looks better, the red or the blue. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Please check out the first video where I show let me reset real quick, how to make the other one on this same layout, the more feminine version. I'd like to thank my brother David for the music that he provides for this channel. I hope you're enjoying it. And I'd like to thank you for all the comments that I'm getting on my videos. I really appreciate it, and I try to reply to everything. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you have, thank you. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day. Take care.